Hey, welcome back. Today, we're diving into something your body will thank you for. Preventing those annoying leg cramps that seem to strike out of nowhere, especially as we age. Did you know that magnesium, a mineral most of us don't think about much, can be one of your best defenses against leg cramps? Before we get into it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, especially if you care about taking charge of your health with real, practical knowledge. Let me know in the comments, what's one small health habit you're proud of lately? Now let's talk about magnesium. This essential mineral plays a crucial role in a lot of bodily functions, but one of its key jobs is helping your muscles relax. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with a cramp in your calf, magnesium might be the missing piece. When you don't have enough magnesium in your system, your muscles are more likely to contract and cramp up. That's because magnesium helps to balance calcium and potassium in your muscles, which are also responsible for muscle contraction and relaxation. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral because of its role in muscle function. Think of it like the brake in a car. It helps stop your muscles from contracting too much. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can go into overdrive, causing cramps. Studies have shown that magnesium deficiency is actually quite common, especially in older adults, which makes this an even bigger issue for seniors. So how do you get more magnesium? It's simple, really. Magnesium is found in a variety of foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Some of the best sources are spinach, almonds, sunflower seeds, and black beans. For example, just a handful of almonds can give you around 80 milligrams of magnesium, about 20% of your daily needs. But here's the twist. Many people think they need to take supplements to get magnesium. And while supplements can help, they're not always necessary if you're eating a well-balanced diet. In fact, taking too much magnesium in supplement form can lead to diarrhea or stomach cramps, which is the last thing you want when you're trying to avoid leg cramps. A healthy intake of magnesium might also help other parts of your body. It's involved in energy production, helps regulate blood sugar levels, and can even support heart health by promoting proper heart rhythm. So it's more than just about preventing cramps. Magnesium is a powerhouse mineral. Remember, your magnesium levels could be a factor in the frequency of your leg cramps. If you're experiencing cramps regularly, check your magnesium intake and think about adding a few more magnesium-rich foods to your diet. Welcome back. So let's continue on our journey to understand how to prevent those painful leg cramps. In this section, we'll talk about potassium, a nutrient that's often linked to bananas, but has a much bigger role in muscle health than you might realize. Potassium is essential for maintaining proper muscle function, but many people don't get enough of it in their diet, especially as they age. Did you know that low potassium levels can directly contribute to muscle cramps? Before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps support content that focuses on practical health tips. Potassium is an electrolyte, which means it helps conduct electrical signals in your body. Your muscles rely on electrical signals to contract and relax properly. When potassium levels drop too low, the electrical signals become irregular, which can lead to muscle spasms and cramps. And that's where potassium comes into play. In other words, potassium is like the communication system for your muscles, helping them work efficiently. Now, you might have heard that bananas are rich in potassium, and that's absolutely true. A medium-sized banana can provide you with about 450 milligrams of potassium, which is around 10% of your daily needs. But here's a twist. Bananas aren't the only food that can give you this essential nutrient. In fact, there are many other potassium-rich foods that can help you meet your daily needs without having to rely on bananas alone. Sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, and even beans like kidney beans and lentils are all great sources of potassium. Why is this important? Well, as we get older, our potassium levels naturally start to decline, and our kidneys become less efficient at regulating this crucial electrolyte. So if you're a senior looking to prevent leg cramps, getting enough potassium in your diet is even more important. Studies have found that seniors who consume adequate amounts of potassium tend to have fewer muscle cramps and stronger overall muscle function. Here's a real-world application. Try adding a variety of potassium-rich foods to your meals throughout the day. For example, you could start your morning with a smoothie containing spinach, banana, and avocado. For lunch, a sweet potato and a salad with beans could be a perfect combo. And for dinner, try a hearty lentil soup or a side of sautéed spinach. Getting a mix of potassium-rich foods helps ensure that you're covering your bases. But here's something you might not know. Excessive potassium can also be a concern, especially for people with kidney disease. Too much potassium can lead to hyperkalemia, a condition where potassium levels in the blood become too high, which can be dangerous for heart health. So while potassium is essential for preventing leg cramps, like all nutrients, it's important to find the right balance. In sum, potassium is a crucial mineral for muscle function and leg cramp prevention, and you don't need to rely on bananas alone. By incorporating a variety of potassium-rich foods into your diet, you can help keep your muscles functioning at their best. Now that we've covered magnesium and potassium, let's turn our attention to an often overlooked player in muscle health: vitamin D. This essential vitamin is crucial for more than just bone health. It plays an important role in muscle function too. You might already know that vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which is vital for bone health, but did you know that it also impacts how your muscles work? Before we dive into the science, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're finding these tips useful. And hey, let me know in the comments. Have you ever thought about the connection between vitamin D and your muscle health? Vitamin D has a unique relationship with calcium. Calcium is key for muscle contraction, and vitamin D helps ensure that your body absorbs enough calcium from your food. Without sufficient vitamin D, your muscles can become weak and more prone to cramps, especially in older adults. Studies have shown that low levels of vitamin D are linked to an increased risk of muscle weakness, and in some cases, cramps. So if you're struggling with leg cramps, it could be a sign that your vitamin D levels are low, even if your calcium intake is adequate. One of the main reasons vitamin D is so crucial for muscle function is because it helps regulate calcium levels within muscle cells. Without vitamin D, the calcium inside muscle cells isn't properly managed, which can lead to muscle dysfunction and cramps. It's almost like the body is trying to send a message that something is out of balance, and the result is those painful cramps. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many people don't get enough vitamin D, especially seniors. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and we spend less time outdoors, reducing our exposure to the sun. In fact, a study from the National Institutes of Health found that about 1 in 4 adults over 60 are vitamin D deficient. So if you're experiencing leg cramps frequently, A lack of vitamin D might be contributing to the problem. So how do you get more vitamin D? It's commonly found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as in fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and cereals. However, vitamin D is most efficiently obtained through sunlight exposure. A short time in the sun, about 15 to 20 minutes a day, is often enough to help your body produce vitamin D naturally. Of course, during the colder months, or if you live in an area with little sunlight, you might need to rely on supplements to meet your needs. But here's the twist. Vitamin D toxicity is a real concern, though it's much rarer than deficiency. Taking too much vitamin D can lead to an overabsorption of calcium, which can cause kidney stones and other health issues. So, while vitamin D is essential, balance is key. It's always a good idea to have your vitamin D levels checked, especially if you're over 50 or experiencing frequent muscle cramps. Real-world application. If you're not getting enough vitamin D, consider adding more of the right foods to your diet or taking a supplement, especially during the winter months. If you can, aim for some sunlight exposure every day. Just be mindful of how long you're in the sun and protect your skin when needed. In conclusion, vitamin D is a crucial vitamin for muscle health and preventing leg cramps. By making sure you're getting enough, you can improve muscle function and decrease the likelihood of those painful nighttime cramps. We've covered magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D. But now let's talk about two essential factors that work hand in hand for muscle health: hydration and sodium. Hydration is something many of us overlook, but did you know that staying properly hydrated can make a huge difference in preventing muscle cramps, especially in seniors? Hydration and sodium balance each other in the body, and getting this right is key to maintaining muscle function. Before we dive deeper into the science, be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these practical health tips. Also, let me know in the comments, do you find it easy to stay hydrated throughout the day? Let's start with hydration. Your muscles are made up of about 75% water, so it's no surprise that dehydration can directly impact your muscle function. When you're dehydrated, your muscles can become stiff, and your body might not be able to send the proper signals to help them relax. This can lead to muscle cramps, and the more dehydrated you are, the more likely these cramps will become frequent and painful. But here's where it gets interesting. Many people think they only need to drink water to stay hydrated, but the truth is, the balance of electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium plays a huge role in how well your muscles function. In fact, when you drink water without replenishing these essential electrolytes, you can throw your body out of balance, which may make your muscle cramps worse. That's why sodium, often villainized in modern diets, actually plays a crucial role in keeping you hydrated and preventing cramps. Sodium helps regulate the fluid balance in your body by ensuring that water stays inside your cells and doesn't just get flushed out. But here's the twist. Too much sodium can lead to other health problems, like high blood pressure and kidney strain. That's why it's important to get the balance right. When you sweat, especially during exercise, you lose both water and sodium. If you don't replace both, you might end up with muscle cramps, fatigue, and dehydration. So how can you manage hydration and sodium effectively? It's simple. Focus on drinking enough fluids throughout the day and pay attention to your electrolytes, especially if you're engaging in activities that cause you to sweat. For seniors, It's important to drink water consistently, even if you're not thirsty, as the sensation of thirst tends to decrease with age. Adding a pinch of salt to your meals or consuming electrolyte-rich drinks can help you maintain that balance. The real-world application here is simple. Carry a water bottle with you and make sure to drink throughout the day. Also, make sure you're getting electrolytes from foods like soups, broths, and fruits like oranges and bananas, which naturally contain potassium and sodium. You don't need to drink sugary sports drinks, but if you do, look for options that are low in added sugars. For seniors especially, adding some electrolyte-rich foods into meals and snacks can really help avoid those painful leg cramps. Remember, hydration isn't just about water. It's about the balance of fluids and electrolytes that keep your muscles happy. If you're constantly feeling dehydrated, check in with how much salt and electrolytes you're getting. It might be the missing link for preventing cramps. Now that we've covered magnesium, potassium, vitamin D, and the importance of hydration and sodium, let's take all of that knowledge and put it into a simple, actionable anti-cramps diet plan that can help you reduce or even prevent leg cramps. This will be your practical guide for how to incorporate these foods into your daily routine to keep your muscles relaxed and functioning properly. Before we jump in, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want more practical health advice. And let me know in the comments which of these foods are you most excited to try. First off, let's take a look at the key foods you'll want to include in your diet to prevent leg cramps. We're talking about magnesium-rich foods, potassium-packed fruits and vegetables, vitamin D-rich options, and hydration-boosting choices. This combination will ensure that your muscles are getting the right nutrients to function properly. And it can really help prevent those pesky cramps from happening in the first place. Magnesium-rich foods start by including leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard, which are packed with magnesium. You can also snack on nuts and seeds like almonds, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds. Beans, such as black beans, kidney beans, and lentils, are great sources too. Try to aim for a magnesium-rich snack or meal at least once a day to keep your muscles relaxed. Potassium-packed options: add sweet potatoes, bananas, avocados, and beans into your meals to keep your potassium levels up. These foods help balance the electrolytes in your body and support proper muscle contraction and relaxation. For a potassium boost, try having a smoothie made with banana and spinach for breakfast, or enjoy a baked sweet potato with dinner. Vitamin D-rich foods. To make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, focus on fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. You can also get vitamin D from fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and cereals. If you can, try to spend some time in the sun each day, just 10 to 20 minutes, depending on your skin tone and the time of year, can help your body produce the vitamin D it needs. If you're not getting enough from food or sunlight, a supplement might be worth considering, but be sure to consult your doctor first. Hydration and sodium balance. Water is essential for muscle function. So aim to drink at least 8 cups of water per day. But hydration isn't just about water. You need to replenish your electrolytes too. You can do this by eating foods like soups, broths, and fruits like oranges and cucumbers that provide both water and sodium. Remember, staying hydrated helps maintain fluid balance in your muscles, preventing cramps from happening. Here's how to put it all together. Start your day with a breakfast smoothie that includes banana, spinach, and a handful of seeds. For lunch, have a big salad with leafy greens, beans, avocado, and a drizzle of olive oil. For dinner, try baked salmon with a side of roasted sweet potatoes and steamed kale. And throughout the day, don't forget to hydrate with water and electrolyte-rich snacks like a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit. It's a simple plan, but it covers all the essential nutrients your muscles need to stay relaxed and avoid cramping. Now, I know that creating a diet plan might sound like a lot of work, but don't worry. Small changes make a big difference over time. Start by incorporating one or two of these foods into your daily routine and gradually build from there. The key is consistency, not perfection. It's also important to remember that this isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Your body is unique, and it's always a good idea to pay attention to how you feel. If you continue to experience leg cramps, despite making these changes, it could be helpful to talk to your doctor. They can check for underlying issues like vitamin deficiencies or circulation problems that might be contributing to the cramps. In conclusion, preventing leg cramps is all about balance, making sure your muscles have the right nutrients and staying hydrated. By incorporating magnesium, potassium, vitamin D, and proper hydration into your daily meals, you'll give your muscles the best chance to stay cramp-free. So start small, stay consistent, and keep your body fueled with the right foods. Thanks for spending this time with me. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.